Hi, my name is Gary Pebley, and I'm one of the founders of Thetas. And I am really sorry that I was not able to make this function. Lon asked me if I could say a few words regarding the beginning of Thetas along with a little history with it. And I agreed to do this because it's very important that we get on the right track. Apparently, there's been some rumors on Thetas as far as what happened, how it got started, and so forth. So I thought we could maybe clarify this a little bit. I am really sorry because of the fact that we made plans for a cruise a while back with a couple other couples, and it's pretty hard for me to change this. So this is why we're doing the next best thing. I would start out with a little history on the fraternity and tell you a little bit as far as what we were trying to accomplish. I came to Midland in 1964 as a freshman, of course, and after being around it for a first semester, I decided that I really wanted to pledge a fraternity. And so I did everything I could, kissed ass, tried to get myself in with the in group. And for whatever reason, the uppity-uppties decided that maybe I wasn't their type of person. Well, needless to say, I was really devastated that I couldn't pledge a fraternity because I wasn't their type of person. I had been confiding with the dean of men at the time. His name was Dean Steyer, and he knew how bad I was hurting. And I decided that after him asking me if I would be interested in starting another fraternity, making it the fifth fraternity on campus, that I thought it would probably be a very good idea. So, along with two others, which were Wally Schmidt and Gary Lindgren, we took the idea and we started running with it. We cited the basis of the fraternity since this was something that we really wanted to get off on the right start, that we wanted to get the average good old boys type students. We didn't want ones that were uppity or that were just common that you could sit down and enjoy a conversation with, but we also wanted a variety of students in this, because a lot of these fraternities geared on certain different fields that they based attending on. So we looked around for the different talents of students, and that included sports, academics, music, and most of all, somebody that was able to sit down and you would feel very comfortable with. I guess you'd call it a group of nerds, but you know what? I'm just kidding. It was quite a group that we put together. Well, it came time for our first pledge class, and there was 13 of us at all that we ended up before we knew that we had to get our information together and start a pledge. And so Mr. Rudy Ross agreed to become our first pledge master. Wow, was that a trip. What he put those pledges through was unbelievable, and of course he loved every minute of it. He was very instrumental in bringing in some sports to us, and he worked really hard for the frat. You know, at first, when we started, we were pretty well laughed at. People didn't take us seriously, even though we were out there trying to accomplish and get the pledges and so forth. But a couple years later, and I don't know, Rudy, if you remember this, but we competed in the Greek Games. And you won't believe this, amongst the 5 fraternities, we took first place. Wow, was this something? A new formed fraternity taking first place. Well, needless to say, it gained us a lot of respect, and people became to realize that, hey, they're here to stay. So we became respected, and we continued to grow throughout the years. Thetas, again, represented what we were after, that variety of personality and the diversification of the students. And so we became a brotherhood that we all really could be proud of, but yet carry on the tradition of being a great fraternity. Unfortunately, later on, these changes took place, and it seems as though Theta's lost the real concept of what it was really about in the good old boys. But you know, I'm really proud of the men that we became and the leadership that was developed. Indeed, this was a sad day when the fraternity no longer existed. But you know, we got a lot of lifetime friendships out of it and a lot of good cherished memories. I just want to acknowledge the people that were able to put this together, and the committee really worked hard on this. There was a lot of work that went into this weekend, and it really does my heart good to see that we were appreciated by what I've been told, that we have a lot of the guys back along with their guests. You know, although officially the Thetas are no longer on campus this weekend, but yet we are back in full bore here. So anyway, thanks again for letting me have the opportunity to fill in a little bit without rambling on. I did want to acknowledge the first active class that Thetas were, and that was back in 1966. And those names were Chuck Boomhauer, Gary Brandt, Larry Hansen, Steve Hoffman, Lyle Harvey, Mike Cluthy, Gary Lindgren, myself, and Rudy Ross, Steve Ruda, Wally Schmidt, Terry Trinkle, and Dave Wunderlich. So again, have a great weekend. Enjoy the friendship. And I understand, which was out of our realm, that you guys like the polka. We didn't even know what that word was in our days. But anyway, you guys have a great time, and hopefully, if there's a future, that maybe I'll get to see and meet some of you. Thanks again for letting me have this opportunity to speak a little bit on our great fraternity, Theta Alpha Psi.